Today I'm really happy to have my friend Dabing here in the studio to share her interesting stories. So Dabing, why don't you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
I'm from South Korea. My name is Dabin Won, and my majors are accounting and international business.
Why I say Dabing is interesting because she is a Korean girl, but she is a Chinese club president. So when did you start to learn Chinese?
Um, when I first came here, I met a lot of Chinese friends, and I start
To
learning
learn
Chinese. Yeah.
So what interested you in the first place to learn Chinese?
Well, I have so many friends from China, and I want to know more about their cultures. And my future plan is I want to go to China because I know the China will be the biggest market. So I want to have a business in China too.
So it's better to know their language to communicate with them, right?
Yes.
So I know you learn Chinese for like 1.5 years. So how much you can understand if I talk to you in Chinese?
If you talk in Chinese, I can understand maybe 70%.
That's a lot. I know Chinese is kind of like the hardest language in the world, and you can understand 70%. That's amazing. So how you usually practice Chinese then?
I usually want to talk more Chinese than English with my Chinese friends as much as I can. Yeah.
She's really cute. Sometimes she talks to me and she will add the Chinese word into the English sentence. I think that's a very cute habit of her. So when did you start to think about to establish the Chinese club?
Well, at first time when I had a Chinese class, I found that there's no Chinese club in UWL. And it was quite interesting because I know there's so many Chinese students in here. And I want to make more chance for my American friends to meet more Chinese friends so they can practice their Chinese and meet more friends.
That's great. I know you have this Chinese club, and all the American friends and the Chinese friends, they can practice English or Chinese to each other.
Yeah.
That's great. I think you really build up a very good platform for them to practice. And like, how many club members you have in your Chinese club?
We don't have fixed member for Chinese club members, but whenever we have activities, I invite most of my Chinese friends and my classmates. So maybe around 30 people every time.
You said you have a Facebook page online,
Yeah.
right?
We have maybe around 100 students.
That's huge.
Yes.
That's a lot. So that means you have lots of friends then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of activities you held before?
We have game nights. We often play mahjong. And we have Chinese movie nights. We have English subtitles so everybody can understand though. And last time we had big Chinese dinner nights for celebrating the Chinese New Moon year.
So did you have mooncake? The Chinese
New Moon.
The midterm
Midterm festival.
Yeah. So you know, like Chinese people, we eat the mooncakes. We appreciate the moon.
Yes.
Did you have the mooncake?
Well, we had, but not in that dinner because there's so many friends there. So
How many people came?
around 150 students.
Well, that's a lot of people joining that fabulous dinner. So I know you only like 18 years old.
Yeah.
How come you already being sophomore here?
Well, I went to my elementary school 1 year earlier than others, and I saved 1 year from my high school. Yeah.
So I know you learn a little bit Japanese in your high school, right?
Actually, in my middle school.
Middle school.
Yeah.
So you actually can speak 4 languages:
Yes.
English and Chinese and Korean and Japanese.
Yeah.
If there's some moments you will be confused by all the languages, you don't know what kind of language you should say. Does that moment happen to you?
Sometimes I use Chinese in front of my American friends.
So what are their reactions?
Well, they're just looking at me weirdly, like, what are you talking about like this?
So what is your future plan then?
my major is accounting, so I want to get a CPA first, and I want to go China to have job experience, and maybe I can have a business between China and American. Yeah.
That's great. I'm really enjoy talking to you today.
Yeah, thank you.
It seems our time is about up, and stay tuned. Jim Meulendyke will be right back with this week's sports. And before that, let's take a look at this week's perfect pets. They really need a home.
These two are a wonderful dynamic duo. One is Mario, and the other Luigi. They love playing with each other and their brothers. This is a domestic medium hair cat. It is a female that is only a month old. It loves to play, and it's a fluffy, fluffy little kitten. It needs a home with lots of fun toys. This is Turner. He is a border collie of about 6 years old. This is a male dog who really loves to play. He could do really well in a home with children about 6 years or older. This is Polar. He is a male of only about 10 to 12 weeks. He is a Cocker Spaniel Bichon mix. He looks like a tiny little polar bear.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Again, the phone number for the Cooley Region Humane Society is 781-4014. To begin the sports broadcast, I'd say the lacrosse men's basketball team must have caught wind of the free wings at Brothers last night because they were absolutely feasting from downtown. All right, corny opening, I know, but really, the Eagles were out of their minds last night, setting a WEAC record by hitting 19 three-pointers in 89-69 drubbing of UW Stoughton Mitchell Hall. The 19 threes broke the previous conference record of 18 held by UW Stevens Point in 2007. Though the game finished in a blowout, the first 7 minutes had a little different feel to it as the two teams were knotted at 13. But UWL quickly unleashed their inner Glenn Rice as they keyed a 14-2 run, with 12 of those points coming via the tray ball. The halftime score read 36-19 in favor of the home team, but Stout wasn't going away easily. They battled back to make it a 7-point game with just over 17 minutes remaining. But our Eags responded with another furious 15-4 run to put the game out of hand at 59-41. The main contributor to all this scoring was none other than, well, Tony Main. Deadeye Main, as they call him, lived up to his billing, nailing 7 of 12 three balls that he attempted en route to matching a career-high 37 points, pouring in 29 of those during the second half. Also, a congratulation goes out to Main as he became the lacrosse all-time leader in buckets from the great beyond with 214, breaking Chris the Führer Fehrenbach's 3-year-old record of 212. Other scoring came in the form of Luke Twinkle Toes Tweed, while Jeff the Hitman Hayden added 7 dimes and a dozen points of his own. The win pushes the Eagles' record to 4-6 overall and 1-2 in conference, and drops the UW Stout Blue Devils to 4-4 on the year and 1-2 in conference play. Come support these Eagles this Saturday as they take on UW Platteville in Mitchell Hall at 3:05. Moving to the court where the basketballs are smaller and the hair is a little longer, the UWL Lady Eagles continued to roll last night, whooping up on Stout 75-54 at Johnson Fieldhouse in Menominee. The Eagles, ranked 20th in the latest poll, moved their record to 8-1 overall and 2-1 in the WIAC, while dropping the Blue Devils to a woeful 3-6 overall and winless in 3 tries in conference. The game probably wasn't worth the price of admission if you're a Stout fan, seeing as they never even held a lead. Lacrosse shot out to a quick 8-0 lead and never looked back, heading into halftime with a 12-point cushion. Stout came out with their guns ablaze in the second half, opening with an 8-4 run, but the Lady Eagles responded strong to the tune of a 22-3 run of their own. Stout was never able to slim the margin to any closer than 21 points the rest of the game. Senior Danielle Fleetafoot Frank had double the fun, dare I say, posting 18 points to go along with 14 boards. Melissa Lang buried 3 shots from beyond the arc, tallying 15 points and added 7 rebounds, and Taylor Lickety-Split Larson tossed in 10 PTs of her own. You can catch the Lady Eagles in action right here on campus Saturday. Tip-off is scheduled for 5:05. That just about does it for our sports broadcast here on WMCM. A little sentimental, a little bit of a tearjerker if you ask me.
I don't know if you guys know this, but it is our last show here on WMCM, so we wanted to invite some of the graduating seniors for December to
Jimmy,
up
Rob,
to the desk to kind of say goodbye and tell us, and Alana.
be completely, I don't know about you guys, I'm going to miss Dr. Patricia Turner. Dr. T, you've honestly meant quite a bit to me, and I'm sure the rest of us seniors, molding the last 3 years of my career.
Anybody want to say anything special?
There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
For some of us, speak for yourself, Jimmy.
To all of our viewers, thank you for watching us. We do appreciate it, and have a happy holidays from WMCM.
All right. Well, thank